only 2 of the 5 most prominent disciples were present at the Buddha's passing, Ananda and Anuruddha. At that time, Maha Kassapa, accompanied by a large contingent of monks, was on the road going from Pawa to Kusinara. During that journey, they stopped for a rest under a tree. Just then, an ascetic walked by. The ascetic was carrying a mantarava flower, which is said to only grow in the celestial world. When Maha Kassapa saw this, he knew that something unusual must have happened for that flower to be found on earth. He asked the ascetic and was told, "The recluse Gautama passed into Nibbana 1 week ago. I picked this mandarava flower up from the place of his cremation." The monks who heard that message broke down into tears and were inconsolable. The monks lamented,
"It was too soon. The Blessed One has passed into Nibbana, never to come back again. The light of the world has left it. What will we do without a Buddha? Alas, if only we had more time with him."
Only the Arahants did not lose control and remained composed and calm. However, one monk named Supata, who had ordained in his old age, said,
"Monks, brothers, do not grieve, do not lament. This is a good thing. With the Buddha gone, all his rules and regulations will be gone too. No more will someone tell us, 'You must do this, you must not do that.' Now we can do what we like, and we won't have to do what we do not like."
Maha Kassapa then brought the entire group of monks to go see the remains of the Buddha. Until that moment, it had not been possible to set the funeral pyre alight, as the Dewas present wanted to wait until Maha Kassapa had come to pay his last homage to the remains of the Master. When Maha Kassapa arrived at the place of cremation, he reverently, with clasped hands, walked around the pyre twice, and then bowed at the feet of the Tathagata. He said, "Lord Buddha, the great Savior, we will follow in your steps." When he finished, the pyre burst into flames by itself. As the Buddha's body burned, the multitudes of people, Dewas, Nagas, and all other spirits all over the 3 worlds cried. After the cremation, the Buddha's remains left beautiful Arahant relics. However, this caused a large fight regarding the distribution of the relics. It got to the point that people were willing to go to war and fight for them. Maha Kassapa observed this, but did not intervene. It was a respected Brahmin named Dona who finally divided the relics into 8 portions and distributed them among the 8 claimants. The Venerable Maha Kassapa himself brought a share of the relics to King Ajatasattu of Magadha. After this task was done, Maha Kassapa turned his attention to the preservation of the Buddha's spiritual heritage, the Dhamma and the Vinaya. Maha Kassapa proposed holding a Sankhayana, a council by which the Dhamma and Vinaya could be reliably established and secured. He selected 500 monks, all but one of whom were Arahants, the only selected member who was not an Arahant was Ananda. Ananda was chosen because he had been the closest to the Buddha and excelled in remembering a large number of his discourses. Just in time for the council, Ananda dedicated himself and became an Arahant. And so, 90 days after the Buddha's death, the texts of the monastic discipline were recited by the Venerable Upali at the council, who was a Vinaya expert. The second item was the codification of the Dhamma laid down in discourses. Here, Ananda recited all those texts, which were later compiled into the 5 collections of the Sutta Pitaka. Finally, some special matters concerning the Sangha were discussed. Among them, Ananda mentioned that the Buddha, shortly before death, had permitted the abolition of minor rules. When Ananda was asked whether he had inquired of the Buddha what constituted a minor rule, he had to admit that he had not done so. As such, Maha Kassapa suggested that the rules should be preserved intact without exception, and so it was decided. After the first Sankhayana, Maha Kassapa was highly revered, and he was seen as the de facto head of the Sangha. At that time, he was the oldest living disciple of the Buddha. However, later on, the Venerable Maha Kassapa handed over the Buddha's alms bowl to Ananda as a symbol of continuing the faithful preservation of the Dhamma. What did you learn from this story? Let us know in the comments. We hope you enjoyed the video. Click like if you did, and click subscribe if you want to see our uploads. And consider making a donation to support our Buddhist animation project.